Hello Kita Queens and Kita Beauty Tees, it's me again and I'm back. I went gone for a week, but now I'm hitting y'all with this client tutorial done on one of my favorite cousins. I started by cleaning her face and now I'm just moisturizing it using my Pond's, and then I will be taking my black Nicka K eyebrow pencil and using it to fill in her eyebrows. So I started by filling in the tail and now I'm just sketching out the front, and I did extend my lines past her eyebrows just because I want them to come closer together, and then I just take my spoolie and brush it out so it can be more natural. To clean them up, I'm taking these two different LA Girl Pro Concealer shades and they will be linked down below, but I'm using that lighter one and just cleaning up the bottom using this synthetic flat brush, and then I mixed those two shades and I used it to clean up the top, starting with the tail and working my way to the front, as you can see. And once I feel as though everything is cleaned up, I'm going to take a packing brush and just blend out whatever excess concealer is left, and I'm going to repeat this process on the other eyebrow. So this is what they're looking like, and if you know me, then you know I'm somewhat of a perfectionist, so I felt like I needed to reline the top of the eyebrow, so I did. And then I'm just gonna blend out that concealer, and after I finish doing that, I'm gonna take my e.l.f. camo concealer and apply it to her lids as an eyeshadow base. For today's tutorial, I will be using the Stacie Marie Carnival XL palette, and I'm starting off with that deep navy blue shade, and I'm just going to be packing it on the outer edge of her eyes. All you do is pat, 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 and then when you have it to your desired shape, just do the same thing on the other eye. I didn't really spend too much time on blending out the edges in this tutorial. I don't know why, but it's like they blended out themselves, so I didn't really have to do much. But after I pack this shade on, I'm going to take that purple shade out of the palette. Sorry, I forgot to point it out, but it's the color Wasted, and I'm just going to put it right in front of that blue shade. So as you can see, we will be doing like three-tone cut crease today. I was finna say two-tone, but I use way more than two colors, so I think I use like three or four. We're gonna be doing multiple colors, and it's gonna end up being a cut crease. So I'm just patting it on and I'm blending it into the navy blue, and I'm using the same type of brush that I used to pack on the navy blue shade. Now I'm just going to take that light pink shade out of the palette, and I'm using it on this fluffy blending brush, and I'm just applying it to the very front of that purple. After I build up the pink, I will be taking this green shade and just blending it on top of that first shade we used, the navy blue one. This color was very pigmented, so it didn't really take much for me to build it up, as you're gonna see, and it blended so easily. I recommend everybody go buy this palette. It is an investment because it's not the cheapest, but once you get it, it's like you don't need to buy any other palettes because it has every color in it. So as you can see, I'm going back in with that dark blue, and now I'm just gonna repeat everything on the other eye. First going in with that green shade, and then going back over it with that navy blue. I felt like I was losing my pink, so I did go back in with it before I cut my crease. I just wanted all of my colors to be vibrant, and I'm taking this e.l.f. camo concealer to cut my crease, and I did not have to clean up her lids before I cut her crease. I'm telling y'all need to go get the e.l.f. camo concealer as a cut crease base, as an eyeshadow base. Like, it's all around perfect. As you can see, I have one cut crease already cut, and I'm just going to show y'all how I do the other one. And like I said, I did not have to clean up her lids, and none of the shadows bleeded through, so that was just perfect. So to cut it, I'm taking this flat synthetic brush. I got this from the beauty supply store, and I'm just taking my time and really carving it out. I did accidentally make this one higher, so as you're gonna see in the video, after I cut it, I did go back on the other eye and cut it a little higher as well. You want your eyes to be as even as possible, and this is the most tedious part, so take your time, take your time, take your time. Okay, y'all, so this is the part I was talking about where I said I went back in on the other eye and cut it a little higher. So I'm just, oh, excuse my phone, but I'm just carving out the shape, and then I'm going to blend it out using that buffing brush. And after that, I'm going to lay down my lid shades. All of the colors that I use for my lids, for her lids, I didn't show just because they came out of the Morphe 35B palette, and that palette is discontinued. So yeah, I didn't show any of those, but you can just use the colors out of the Stacie Marie palette if you want to. And to get the violet shade, you can just mix the purple and the white together. So yeah. So as you can see, first I went in with that matte white shade and I patted it on using an e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. Then I went in with this light violet shade after it. And to blend out the edges of it, I did go back in with the white shade just to make sure everything was seamless. And after that, I took the fluffy blending brush and I went in with this very, very vibrant pink, and I just blended it out on the edges. After I applied the pink, I went in with this black shade on the outer edge of the cut crease. And then I took these two glitters. One's a glitter liner and one is a loose glitter. And I used them to do an accent line. So you're going to use the glitter liner as basically an adhesive for the loose glitter. So first you draw on a line using the glitter liner. Then you dip the glitter liner brush into the loose glitter, and you just apply the loose glitter to the line that you put on the cut crease. Y'all know it is not a cut crease by me if I don't have an accent line. Y'all know it's not my look if I don't have an accent line. Like, I don't know what it is, but I always have to add another touch of detail. So I just decided to do that. And I got this method of doing accent lines with the glitter from Kiki Adams. So yes, I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. Ever since I saw that video, I just been doing it ever since, and I'm so happy that she pointed it out as a tip, because baby girl, this is the easiest way to apply a glitter accent line. But as y'all can see, I did one eye and now I'm doing the other. My camera wasn't really giving me justice for majority of this tutorial, but you know what, it's okay, because if y'all would have saw this in person, baby girl, this look was everything. So now I'm just lining her eyes, and I'm using my Wet n Wild black liquid liner. I already had my line sketched out because I had another idea in my head that I was going to do, but I'm going to just save it for another look. So as you can see, I'm just filling in the line, and once they're both filled in, I'm going to take a black eyeshadow and just blend out the edges. I decided to do another accent line on top of the liner, and I used the same technique and the same glitter, so I'm just let y'all watch. To clean up some of the fallen glitter specks, I went over it with a blending brush, and then after that I applied her lashes and they look like this. I did them off camera, so we're just gonna jump back into the foundation routine, and we're the same color foundation. I did not know that. She used to be darker than me, but this time she came and she was lighter, so we were the exact same shade. So I took my Revlon Colorstay foundation, and prior to this, I primed her face using calamine lotion. I also got that from Kiki Adams, and I like it so much better than Milk of Magnesia, just because it's thinner. Milk of Magnesia too thick. But I just applied the foundation all over her face using my Real Technique sponge. Then I highlighted using my e.l.f. Camo concealer and contour using this Juvia's Place foundation stick. So as you can see, I'm going in with the stick right now. I already went in with the e.l.f. Camo concealer, and I'm just gonna let it sit on her face as we apply the contour shade and blend it out. The shade name for this will be in the description box down below. To blend out the contour, I am taking my Real Technique sponge, and I like to first rub my sponge on the stick and then just proceed to pat it on her face. This just helps me blend out quicker, and it makes more of a flawless result, so that's why I like doing that. I'm just going to take this all around her face. I didn't really get it under her swoop just because her hair is in a swoop, so you're not really going to see up under there that much. So I just went across like the edge of it, and then I just did the other side. So I was gonna blend her highlight out with my sponge as well, but then for some reason I just decided to use a brush. I blended out the highlight on her chin, but then I grabbed like a dense blending brush and just blended out all the other areas using it. Using a brush did take a little longer than what it normally takes when I use my sponge, but the result of using a brush was also flawless. It kind of gave me the same finish that I would have when I use my sponge. I just wanted to see if it would be a difference, you know, but it was all good. I think I really like using them both, but I probably would prefer using my sponge a little bit more just because it was quicker and it is the same result. But as you can see, I blended out the edges of her under eyes first, and then before I get directly under her eye, I just go to the forehead and blend out the nose, and I save the under eyes for last. To set her highlighted areas, I'm going in with my Fit Me pressed powder, and it's in the shade Mocha, and I'm just using my Real Techniques beauty sponge, and I'm just going to press it in the powder and just apply it to the highlighted areas. Y'all, look how smooth that is. Yes, ma'am. Y'all know I stand by my Fit Me. To set the contour areas, I'm going to take my black Radiance Dark Deep contour palette. First, I'm going to start by contouring her nose using a small blending brush. After I get it to my desired shape, I'm going to go over it with my sponge just to make sure some of my lines are blended, but I still want them to be visible. Then I'm going to take this fluffy angle brush and set the other areas of her face that I contoured. Yes, look at her, y'all. She just sitting pretty. Okay, so next we're going to highlight, and I'm going to start by taking a small brush and highlighting the tip of her nose. I'm going to take a little bit and highlight the bridge of her nose, and then I'm going to take a clean blending brush, and just blend that out. And then I'm going to use that same blending brush to apply the highlighter to her cheeks. So I always tell them to smile a little bit first so I can find the apples of her cheeks, and then I just tap it right on there. And I am highlighting her face using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit in Sundipped. I would have showed it on camera, but I cracked my palette, so anytime I pick it up, everything's just gonna fall out. Now I'm just doing her under eyes, and I'm taking this black gel liner on the Q-tip and I'm lining her waterline. Now I'm just gonna apply some loose powder under her eyes just so my shadows won't stain her foundation, just in case they fall out. So I'm doing that, and then I'm gonna take that purple shade and I'm gonna apply it directly under her eyes using this e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. And after it's built up, I'm gonna take the pink shade and apply it to the inner corner of her eye. Now I'm just gonna lightly dust that powder away. And this is what we're looking like so far. Yes ma'am, y'all see the beat. But we're just about to go in with a new lip, and I'm taking this trio right here. First I'm gonna line her lips using that LA Colors dark brown lip pencil, and I like to outline the lips first and then just fill in the edges of the lip. And after that's finished, I'm gonna go in the center with that Absolute New York liquid lipstick. Y'all know that's my favorite brand, and it was in the shade Terracotta. I'm gonna apply that to the center. I did go back over the edges of her lips using my liner just because I felt like I was losing a little bit of definition and it needed to come back. So I really could have left it matte after that because it looked fine. It was so cute matte. But y'all know me, you know I love a gloss. So after it's finished and to my liking, I'm just gonna go on top of it with my e.l.f. Prismatic lip gloss. again. Yes, the works. Yes, ma'am. Okay, tell them goodbye. Bye. Okay, y'all, as you can see, she loved it. So this is the clientele video that I took. If you would like to see more videos, go to my Instagram. And if you would like to follow her social media links will also be down below. Please like, comment, share, rate, and subscribe. And stay tuned for my next one. Bye-bye.